Well, hello, and welcome to my garage. Today we are going to be tackling an issue with the Jeep Patriot. And right now what's going on is that the car just won't start. It's my mother-in-law's car. She was driving it and she went to the bank, and all of a sudden when she went to get back into it, it wouldn't start. I have a battery pack that I use, which works. And in order to get the car started, I'm taking a voltage reading from the car, and it's reading like a 12.7, which normally is good enough, you know, as far as battery readings. But the thing is, it won't start unless I charge it, or unless I, you know, use the jumper cables. So right now we're going to be taking care of that. All right, so if I go ahead and I try to start the vehicle now, that's all you get, a click, and that is all. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this battery jump starter. This is what I have. I guess it's made, I don't know who it was made by. It's just a jump starter. It's a battery, you know, and you can use it to charge your cell phone. It's got a flashlight, etc. Comes with this little adapter. So you can use this. This is nice to have. So you can either keep it in the car, that you do have to have it charged. Cables go in here. Once you do that, put the red to the red cable and the black to the black cable. And then with this particular unit, you have to hit the power on button, which is right here. And that'll start blinking. It's green, which means it's ready to go. And I'll show you now that I can jump start this, or I can start it, crank it. So, got my keys out. So the car turns over, it starts, but the only way I can do that is if that battery charger, you know, is plugged. If not, it does not start at all. All right, so this is a multimeter. I ended up just putting it in the voltage setting so you can check the voltage. And I'll put a link to another video that I did, but I had a video that shows you how you can test the voltage on your batteries. Now, when I check this voltage, you know, I put the red to the red, black to the black. I'm getting 12.54. So originally, a little while ago, it was at 12.7. So it's a little low. Should be around 12.7 or to 8 normally on these batteries, these 12-volt batteries. So I'm pretty sure this is the culprit. The other thing is, I started the vehicle and I checked the voltage and it was at 14 something. So the alternator's working because it's actually sending power to the vehicle. So I don't think it's going to be the alternator. All right, so if you get into an issue where your car doesn't start, there's normally 3 different reasons. Well, 3 top things that could cause that. So the first thing is the battery's dead. The battery on this vehicle is almost 5 years old. Batteries normally last 4 to 5 years. So that was my first, when I got the call from my mother-in-law telling me that the car wouldn't start, that was the first thing that I thought was probably going on. The second thing is, it could be that the alternator is gone. It's not charging the alternator. What the alternator does is it recharges that battery. So as the car's running and using that electricity to run the car, to run the ignition, to run the you know, the sparks on the sparks plugs and everything else on all the electricals in the vehicle, the battery gets used up. The alternator is what recharges that battery. So a lot of times also the alternator will go bad. So the way we test for the battery is, we use a voltmeter like I just did. 12.8, 12.7 usually is a normal reading. Doesn't mean that it's not it, that it's not the culprit. But what you do also is you can test the alternator quickly. There's other ways to test the alternator, but the easiest way to do it is to start the car. In this case I had to use a battery pack, or you can use another vehicle with jumper cables to start the car. Once you start the car, you got to get readings. They should be up in the 14s as far as the volts, which means that the alternator is sending voltage to the battery to recharge it. So on this vehicle, when I hooked up the voltmeter to it, it's reading 14.5, I think, somewhere around there. So I ruled out the alternator. The third thing that could be happening, obviously, gas. It's happened before, and sometimes, but normally it's the battery, it's the alternator, or it could be, actually, the third thing really should be the starter, the starter engine. So that's something else that goes bad. The starter doesn't go bad as often, I guess, as the battery, I think, or the alternator. But obviously, if the car, if I try to jump the car with jumper cables or a battery pack, and it didn't start, it didn't start like it did here, then most likely it's that starter engine. So actually, the three things, it could be gas, but the top three things normally are your battery, your alternator, or your starter engine. Now they're all, they're not too expensive items. Our starter engine is a little bit more work involved to remove, but the battery is going to be the easiest thing. I'm going to remove the battery today. I'm actually going to go up to Costco. I'm going to take the battery with me because otherwise they have a cord charge where you have to return your old battery to them. And so that way, if I take it with me, then I don't have to go back. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go and I'm going to remove this battery, and I'm going to start the process now. All right, what you're first going to need is a 10mm socket to get rid of the, to loosen the nuts on these cables. So I have it here. So what you're first going to need is a 10mm socket to loosen these nuts on these cables. One. There's the other. Now, actually, the first thing you're going to do is remove this from the air box. Now, these tabs are normally that way, so you just need to turn them. Once you turn them, this whole piece comes out. That slides out from there, and the whole thing comes out. So that's the first step. All right, so down here, we're going to have a one bolt there that we're going to need to remove in order to release this battery from here. This battery is pretty heavy, so it's going to be a little tough to get out, but we'll do the best that we can. All right, so for this bolt, we're going to need a 13mm socket. It's a little tight over here, so it's going to take a little patience because I don't have my regular set. I left it somewhere else, so I don't have that extension that I need. So for now, I'm doing it this way. All right, so that's what came out of there. That's a little fastener screw goes through here, which is that screw there. Sorry. So this screw goes in there and tightens this down. This is what kind of holds the battery in place. So once you remove that, then the whole battery can come out. There's your battery. It's got a little protective cover. This can usually come off, and you can put that, as far as I know, you can usually put that back on the new battery. So that should slide right off. All right, so we have the new battery in now. I just placed it in there. I ended up putting the little shield back on. So we're gonna end up putting this little bracket, back on down here in order to hold that battery in place. That again is a 13mm socket. I didn't have an extension, so I kind of improvised. So I'm using a 13mm socket, and I'm using this big screwdriver to reach down there. We put that, it's attached, not going anywhere. Remove these little plastic protectors. Now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna attach these with a 10mm. All right. So I actually ended up getting my battery at, I think it was AutoZone. This is a gold battery, so it comes with a 3-year warranty. I think didn't have the time to go to Costco, go through the process of going in there and picking one up. I think at Costco, they go for a lot cheaper, but this battery ended up going for about $170. You know, I took the old battery in, so there was a core charge of $22, but I didn't get charged for that because I just swapped. And so from now, we're gonna put, you know, that's all installed. You know, the bolt down there at the bottom has been tightened. The battery, you just gotta make sure you pull on it, it's not going anywhere. This goes back on in there. These tabs go down through here. Once they're inside, you want to turn this one to the right, so it's like that. This one has to go in there. Same thing, turn it to the right. It's not going anywhere, everything's nice and tight. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try to start the car. And everything should work out how it's supposed to. All right, we have the moment of truth. Starts right up. So it was definitely the battery. And that's going to be it for this install. Alright, so there you have it on the battery replacement on a, I believe it's a 2014 or 15 Jeep Patriot. So just a little bit of troubleshooting, and if it's something that you have an issue with, you know, obviously you got to get the car running. Normally, if you can get the car running, then you can either get it home, or, you know, the other option that you have, you don't want to go through this process, is just going to one of these auto parts stores. Most auto parts stores will both check your battery, alternator, pretty much do everything that I've done here. They'll do it for you, and they will swap out the battery for you. So it's something that normally you would just go to one of these auto parts stores, and they will take care of everything for you. And there's other stores like Battery Plus, I believe, that sell just batteries. And it's something that, you know, usually you can just go there. The problem is getting the car started to go there. But, you know, hopefully this little bit of troubleshooting will show you, I guess, what you need to do when this happens to you, when your car won't start. And usually this typically are the normal signs of low battery. And it's something that, you know, most batteries will last you 3 to 5 years. I've had batteries last me, you know, 7 years, 8 years, just depending on the usage of the car. So, you know, hopefully this will help you out. But if you like the video, you know, and also just to support, just go ahead and subscribe, like, share, and comment. So thank you guys. Take care.